Good afternoon, all. I wanted to do a reading on climate change, and what we're seeing in the news now is that the experts are saying by 2040 we are going to be in a very serious state, okay, with the greenhouse effect and the global warming. And I did do a reading a while back on the Amazon forest. And that was also mentioned in some of what I've seen in the news, because those trees are really diminishing there. People aren't protecting them. That reading also showed that we were getting close to the red zone with the atmosphere, how it's heating up, and with the danger. So it's coming close, okay? Because when you say 2040, some are even saying 2030, we're going to be struggling. So also the readings that I've done have always shown almost invariably that the environment is the most important thing, one of the more important things to be looked at now and to be taken care of. As we know, without it, and if we don't have it in, moving in a direction where it can sustain life, we're all in trouble. So it is a priority. I wanted to put this out there. And if anyone is interested, I'll put at the bottom a link because, as we know, it's voting time. And if people could look at their forms, I'll put a link up, whatever the environmental issues are in your state. If you could just pay close attention to those, vote in favor of whatever help we can give to the earth and our planet, as well as whoever can come in now and help to aid in that. It's just extremely important. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue or this or independent. If we don't have this environment going well, we're going to be in serious trouble. And the current administration is actually taking out a lot of monies from global warming to help with that. As we know, things are being reversed. It's very, very dangerous. Okay, so I've already got my forms in for the midterms. I've got them all filled out. And some of them, are a little tricky, but just, hopefully you'll spend some time on that and fill out everything in the way that your heart connects to it, where it makes sense for everybody in the best manner. All right, so let's go ahead and do a reading on this and just see again where things are leading with the environment. For so many, it's definitely not possibly a priority, but we need to make it one. I'm going to put this out again. We need to make it one. They're so, people are so consumed with so many things. They have their conveniences, but soon enough, we're not going to have them. We're not going to be able to grab to this or just toss away that, or, in just more of this unconscious manner, because it's right there. We've taken advantage of it. Quite frankly, it's not going to be there for us soon enough, and for our children especially. So really, let's look at this, okay? So we see in terms of this natural greenhouse effect, you can see the way it should be in the atmosphere is that there's balance. Okay, so we're getting solar radiation in the same point that we're getting heat escaping, so we're not getting anything trapped in there so much. This is the natural happening when things are in balance. The right thing goes out, and what we don't need, what we need goes in, and what we don't need goes out to keep things in balance. Okay, this is definitely not, is this what's happening now? Okay, right away, a very serious no. I could feel it in there. This is grave, people. That's not happening, as we know. Okay, so let's go over here where you can see that the CO2, okay, it's getting very heavy, so we're going to let this sit a bit and see what comes out. It's a very grave feeling to the energy is the best way to put it here. It's serious. It belongs on the top of the list. Okay, I'm not thinking about these things. It's seriously just coming with this energy connection. This is a big, big deal. All right. And so let's see if we can lift it here. Okay, so what we see then is we see that there's less heat escaping. It's getting trapped in the atmosphere. The CO2 is building up. And then the sun, you know, in terms of the solar radiation is coming in, but it's going to have a harder time to penetrating whatever we need with this sun energy. Okay, so is this more what's happening in this greenhouse effect on our planet? Okay, again, it's a very heavy, substantial revolving of yes. This is serious. It's time to take action now. Okay, if we want to keep the livelihood, the lifestyle that we have, we've got to make some sacrifices. Okay, this is a very heavy yes. Very heavy. Okay, because in terms of what, you know, there are some things that are very easy and not, you know, a huge thing for people that could help. Okay, so there's a yes, and it's going lower because I think for a lot of the yes is not as strong, because I think for a lot of people they would think it's a big deal just to maybe take a shower every other day or not eat as much meat. Okay, so no, they don't feel like many could do this, is the reading. Not many will do it. Okay, this is the reading. And this is not good, okay? So really, if you're one that does care, you can begin some things. Every little thing helps, okay? So let's see. Yes, it does. Every little tiny thing. Okay, eating meat is a huge issue because of the agriculture, the CO2 that it produces. So even if you can eat, you know, a little bit less, one meal less, you know, something just to give something back, okay? And these are just a few things. You can always look up at whatever little things that you can do to help. But it will help, because eventually, you know what? We're going to have to bring our own bag to the grocery store. We're going to have to limit our water because it won't be there. We're not going to have the meat available so easily. We're not going to have all the conveniences, you know, turning off your electricity. We're just not going to have those things. All of that's going to have to be limited. Let's see, okay, so you can see there's a yes resonating. It's heavy. It's coming along, okay, where we will be forced to do this, but then we're going to be on the edge of some very serious, disastrous, potentially disastrous issues. Okay, you can see it's going. It's still resonating as yes. All right, so we have to wake up to this. It's a very, very serious. Now, I do have an image of, this is like the rainforest in the Amazon. You know, the rainforests are like the lungs for our planet. They are what they absorb the CO2 and release oxygen. Okay, they refresh, they replenish our world. Are they in good shape now? No, and that's very heavy. They're not in good shape. There's a lot of destruction. There's a lot of forces there that are working against any replenishment there for money purposes, poachers. They are driving out animals, are being destroyed and killed due to these choices that people are making. And most people just think, oh, the Amazon's so remote, and, you know, all these rainforests, you know, who cares, okay? And it's still saying yes. So I'm not just saying this, you know, that people do feel that way. Who cares? This is a big thing, okay? You can see it's still a yes. People need to care. These are the lungs of our planet. Okay, they're like the breath of our planet. If they get soiled and go, are we in big trouble? Yes, we are. We are. Okay, so we have to look at getting more balance here. We just have to. And so, you know, any way we can stop destroying these forests, we can start protecting them in the way that you vote. If you do have power to do this, please, please do it. To start, you know, building rather than taking, which is what we're seeing now. So let's see what the balance is in terms of give and take. Is the take a lot stronger? Okay, you can see it's yes. There's a big yes to that. There's a big yes. Is the replenishing there? Okay, look at how much farther it goes down. That's serious. Okay, so this is the escalating course we're on, that if this keeps up, we're in serious trouble here, okay? We really are. And, you know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. Is this one? No. There's a lot of things where people get freaked out, or something's going to happen on this date. We're all dying. Okay, that's that's something people get caught up in. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a reality. Okay, this is very much of a reality. It's grave. I keep hearing it's grave. It's remarkable. There's things here that cannot be reversed. Okay, it cannot come back again. We are losing so many things we can never ever get again. All right, so we really have to, if you can look up, now it's dropping down again, look up ways to help, even if it's in small ways, taking bags to the grocery store, get your kids involved in it. And these things come out and they're like, whatever, and then people forget, put it on your calendar as a reminder that you're doing your part, because if we don't all do our part, we're going to be all struggling together, really. And our children, our grandchildren, very serious indeed. All right, so let's look at this. See, you can see how it trembles when it comes near. This is the rainforest. All right, it's trembling, it's hurting, is the sound of this. There's hurt, there's destruction, there's mechanisms that are really moving it towards a place where it may not be able to fully come to life again. And it's moving at a rapid pace. There's not enough blocks in place to stop this. There's not enough out there in terms of voices that are speaking and making this predominant. There's not enough army, really, that is helping with this. And it's very weak in terms of the help being made. It's very much something that people are not, again, putting their money, their time, their thought, their care, their love into. Okay, as long as they have what their little cushy comforts, they're fine. Everything's right with the world, and they can go on their way and use their energies in ways that are, not necessarily always beneficial, and certainly we have work to do to take care of the family and get food and things, but this is, our food's not going to be there so easily soon enough. So we look at 2040. What are we looking at? 20 years? Okay. So let's see what else resonates here. Okay, so again, when you say the lungs of our environment, so that's, we need to replenish forests. We need more trees. We need more natural spaces being left alone rather than condos being built. People need to be quite honest, reduce their children. Reduce their children. I mean, not have as many children. That's something really to consider. One less child, or anything like that. It does take less, a lot less, and just, try to have some, and also, children being born, you have to look at what kind of planet we want them to be in. They're so young. They've got many, many years here. So if you want to have one and you choose that, what kind of planet do you want them to live on? Right now they have their needs, possibly, some don't. They really struggle, but my goodness, this is something to be looked at. Okay, so okay, so again, what's being heard in my mind is have mercy on this planet. This is very again, grave just keeps coming. Anything of import here that we can do when we connect with this, okay? Okay, so what I'm hearing is people have made it a playground for their needs, in many ways an ashtray for their needs, the earth, the world, an ashtray, just to put their stamp on it. Not all, okay? This is the overall feeling of what's happening in terms of the toxins in the environment, the pollution in the environment. Okay, they've made it more like an ashtray for their needs. Sorry, I'm gonna let come what comes, okay? Okay, it is not meant to be that way. It's meant to be something that brings goodness to all. Harvest, okay, it's harvest. Abundance to all, good fruits, good things, good, love, connections, blessings. Harvest, okay, in all ways, harvesting the fruits of what's here that Mother Nature gives, okay? Is this being done overall? Again, no. Okay, it's not. It's not at all. It's a feeling, you know, and this is about the whole planet. Some areas are much more careful with the planet than others. You can see yes. Okay, the U.S., is it? No, not at all. Not at all, especially with what's happening now. Okay, and I know there's a lot that are concerned and do want to turn this around. They want to make choices that will benefit it. You know, right now there's a helplessness sometimes as we watch this going backwards. So we can only do what we can. What we can. Okay, so there's a sinking in spirit in a way in the U.S., you know, and maybe other parts of the world that feel like they are just not able or have the power to rise above this, and yet we just have to. We have to go forward in the best way we can and to give the best we can to make the right choices, okay? And, you know, eat of the good food that's here and replenish our souls and spirits too, because we have to move on. And again, putting out things that are beneficial. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, and I do see a family there that, you know, can be happy, and we're also, I'm seeing that family, that very same family, I'm sorry, there's some darkness around it because, you know, they're not going to be able to get all their needs met and all the goodness that's here in the world. The rate we're going, is this right? Okay, so this 2040 thing, is this right in what they're saying? You can see yes. So we are getting close to the red light zone on our planet. Yes, we are. Okay. We are. This is reality. So anything else? So please, 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 people, pay heed to this. Start looking at this in your life. You might find that if you eat, you know, meat maybe every other day, or just not both meals, that you feel a little bit lighter. You know, you might find that you can do quite fine without aerosols in your life. Spray cans, hairspray, get a pump, something else to use. Also non-toxic things in your home. To make sure you recycle and do that, and are careful about a lot of packaging. Maybe get things where you don't have to get a lot of packaging on things. Bring your own bag to the grocery store. You know, it's turn off the electricity, your computer at night, turn it on again. Really simple things. Take a shower, wash your hair every other day rather than, you know, some people take a shower twice a day. Okay, and just vote, vote, vote. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.